Hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish-kristyn. Today, we are going to have a WIP and Chatty Rant. What is a WIP and Chatty Rant? You may be asking yourself. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and a Chatty Rant is me chatting and ranting about the goings-on over the past week or so. Today, my WIP. My WIP is an epic WIP. This WIP has been around since June 15th, 2024. That's right. We are working on The Last Supper from Jaded Gem Shop. This is the cropped version. It is 40 centimeters by 180 centimeters. And that is all I have left. That's right. We're going to finish Jesus's face together because we all need a little more Jesus, at least in my opinion. So I saved the outline for last, and I added in some fairy dust drills to Jesus's clothes. There were fairy dust throughout the painting. There's a white, a gray, and a brown. But I kind of color matched a little bit. Not completely, evenly, but whatever. And these are ones that I have added in to this section right here. And what I did, because I did not trust my brain, I wrote down the fairy dust number that it corresponded with. And then if there was one on here, I would put a star if it was an exact match, meaning, DMC for DMC exact, or like this one, there was not an exact match, but it was close. So it's 3826 if you can't read my messy handwriting. So then when I was in that section, I would just change it out. So we are going to work on this section here. Before we do that, I have a video of the whole painting unrolled on my kitchen floor. I'm going to warn you, it is echoey and it is shaky. So if you don't like echoey and shaky things, you could just wait for the post review and then you can see it, and I will do a much, much better job at showing it off. But this is what we're working with right now. So editing Kristen will put that video in and then we'll come back here. Okay, enjoy. All right, we're in the kitchen on the floor. Apologies for the echoes. As you can see, oh, I'm all wobbly. That is the last little section right there. Right there. There we go. Over, over, over. And taking a step back. And that is where we're at. We're gonna finish the little section right here, and then this big old bad boy will be done. Woohoo! Okay, welcome back. Yes, I do apologize for the shakiness. It is what it is. So I'm going to move these to the side, move my drills that are up here over here. I'm going to put them on the painting, but I just kind of wanted to showcase where we're at. And then obviously the better view you will get when I do the post review, because this thing is a pain to unroll and re-roll. I will be very glad to have this done. But then it's kind of sad. It's been around for over 6 months at this point. Then I'll have to work on something else, probably my 70 by 70 painting that is a square. That will be my next kind of big background project. So let me get zoomed in, rearranged, and we will get this finished. That's right, we're gonna finish it. So be right back, don't go anywhere. Okay. Okay, let's move all you over there. Okay, let's unroll. Okay, this, you need to go right there. Yep. We're pumping. We're ironing. We're doing all the things. Okay, put my notes right there. Okay, let's, no, don't mess with the brightness. Okay, let's go right there. Okay, all right, we're doing so good. I forgot to mention my supplies. I have a little terrashi tray from Add More Zest. I have a pen from Jim's Handmade Pens on Etsy. Dynamite Diamond 3D printed multi-polycer. And I am using the same putty from Jamie on YouTube, Bass and Girl Crafts. She made her own putty and sent me some. So thoughtful. And my pink and black Ephemera 3D tray. And my pink crooked tweezers. At this point now, it's just kind of a running joke. Every time I try flattening them out, I ruin them again. All right, let me see. So what are we gonna work on? I'm hoping, this is my goal. My goal is to get this finished on camera, but if it's starting to look like time is going a little faster than I anticipated, then I might pause and then, you know, come back. But we'll find out. We will find out together. I did the black already. Oh, I'm already spilling. That's not good. Because those are really trashy, I will say. This, I mean, and that's a lot of canvases with black, so I don't hold, you know, anything like black drills being trashy against a company because, you know, I have never found a company that has had non-trashy black drills 100% of the time. It's just kind of the nature of things, I guess. All right, so how is everybody doing? I hope you are doing awesome, well, and amazing. And if you're not, I hope it gets better soon because you are awesome. You have gotten through 100% of your worst days. You can do it, friends. You can do it. All right, I am working on the X symbol. This is a very, very dark brown. This one has been super, super trashy as well. It's very, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but it's kind of frustrating because I don't want to feel like, even at the end of this painting, I still feel like every tray full of diamonds of certain colors, I have to inspect them to make sure that, oh, they are, you know, behaving. Because if you get a weird one that's going to pop off the canvas, you don't want that. No, thank you. Yeah, I was actually shocked at, I think black was the most used color in this painting, and I barely have any left just because of the high trash factor. I was very, very shocked. I figured I would have a lot more left than I did. And so I will definitely work on the post-review kit down for this in the upcoming days, hopefully. And I will be kitting it down and saving the drills, of course. And this one only had, how many colors? I don't even remember. I think it was 65 colors, if I can remember correctly. Which isn't a ton for a painting this size. There are definitely a lot of muted colors. I think I mentioned in my last video, which was my cross-stitch conversion video, that I did get an email back from Art and Soul about my drills for my Care Bear canvas. I am not entirely sure when the drills will get to me based on, you know, their shipping times. So I do think I'm going to have to potentially kit up something else. Oh darn. No, I mean, well, it's sad because I do actually really want to work on that painting, but I've thought about it and, you know, some people suggested, which thank you, you know, could you work around those particular colors and, you know, skip them and then just come back to them when you get the drills? And short answer is yes. Yes, I could do that. Hang on. Rude. People trying to give me surveys. Ugh, no thank you. I don't like the fact that I don't feel like I can trust any phone call that I don't recognize anymore. Because my mom gets so many phone calls every day from various pharmacies, Medicare, you know, and it's just, you know, it sounds like the same person every time. And then she'll say, oh, I'm not sorry, you know, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Hang on, let me get my son-in-law. Then they hang up, you know, so kind of a red flag right there. I don't know what I was saying before my phone rang. I think I was talking about the drills. Yeah, I can't work around it. I wish I could. I don't think it would be possible to do that. All right, I did zoom out a little. It's like that's very, very scary. Scarily close to my hand. I could work on it and leave the sections, but you know, I have cats, I have myself, and then I don't really want to roll the canvas, you know, up with part of the, you know, release papers, not really holding on to the whole section, keeping it closed off. You know, it just sounds kind of like more work that I want to do. I would rather be able to work on the canvas in sections, not, you know, skipping around like we're playing a game of hopscotch. So I will just wait, I guess. And then I just need to figure out what I'm gonna kit up. Because I have my big square painting, but I was kind of thinking of that as being a background painting, not a, you know, main course event painting. So if that's the case, then technically I should be kitting up a square painting, and the strawberry and custard diamond art club that I'm working on, that one is not going to take that long, mainly because of the color blocking, and it's, you know, a fairly simple image, which is perfect as I've been working on this, you know, confetti heavy image. So it's been a nice little, like, I need a break. I need to just work on that. That one won't take that long though. And so I'm like, should I kit up a square and a round? Am I that crazy? Seems like, no, we shouldn't do that. But then I'm like, yeah, do it. Come on. So what should I do? Should I do a square and a round? Should I just do a square or just a round? Just throw caution to the wind and like kit up 10 things at once? No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Number one, I don't know if I have enough storage. I have a lot of storage, don't get me wrong, but I don't have that much. And then I think I would get overwhelmed if I had that many kits all, you know, kitted up at once. So I will just wait and maybe do a square and a round. I just don't want to be overwhelmed for when then I get something else that I really want to work on, and then I feel like I can't work on it right away because I have, you know, other things that should get precedence over it, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, I think that was all the case. I hope so. I really hope so. Let's see, I don't think I ordered anything this week. Go me. Congratulations. I know. I'm such a big girl. I mean, there's stuff that I want, don't get me wrong, but it was an expensive week this week. And not the, oh, see, okay, these are so many curvy ones in here. Ugh, some of these colors are just ridiculous. And I know technically I don't have to do this, but in my brain I actually do. We decided that we needed to buy a new oven. The oven burners were starting to take longer and longer and longer to cook things. So we decided it was, you know, does anyone really want to go and buy a new oven? I mean, maybe somebody does. If I got to go get a new oven and I didn't have to pay for the new oven, then that would be kind of fun, right? That's not the case, obviously. And we have, you know, some limitations on what kind of oven we can have. We have to have electric because we do not have gas at our house. I would love to have a gas stove someday, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I really don't. I think our state is even trying to ban the installation of gas into homes at this point. I don't really understand it. So we don't have gas, so we have to have electric. And, you know, they don't really make ovens with, you know, like the old school burners really anymore. If you do, you have to special order them, and you know, some people will say that those aren't efficient, but other people will say that the glass cooktop is not efficient. You know, we're kind of, like I said, we're limited. So we went to the Home Depot and, you know, walking around and talking to the lady who worked there, and, you know, she was saying, you know, this one's good, this is a good brand, and she said, you know, what do you have? And I said, we have a Samsung. We have all Samsung appliances. And she goes, oh. And I said, yeah, why does everybody say that? Every time we come somewhere and we tell them what kind of appliances we have. She goes, if you would have bought your appliances from me, I would have told you, don't get the Samsungs. And I said, well, you weren't here when we were buying appliances 8 years ago. Because she asked, how long ago was it? And I said, well, we bought our house in January of, like, it was 2017. So it's been 8 years. And she goes, yeah, that's about how long they last nowadays. You know, they're not like the olden days where you bought an oven and it lasted for 15, 20 years. And she was showing us some of the different ones and the different features. And, you know, Sassy Lassie and I were talking about it. And she didn't want to get a new oven. And I said, well, we have to. And she said, well, all the ovens are ugly. And I told her that if I found, you know, a hot pink oven or something, that we would get that one. And my husband said, if there's a hot pink oven and it's not a brand or we can't afford it, he's like, you're going to be in big trouble. And I said, yeah, I know. Luckily, there were no hot pink ones, but they did have a Samsung refrigerator that had teal doors. And I drooled a little bit, not gonna lie. But it was a Samsung and we didn't need a refrigerator. So I restrained. But she was like, oh my gosh, we should get this. And I was like, I would love to, but number one, our refrigerator still works for now. Apparently, appliances only last between 5 and 8 years. I'm like, that's depressing. That's really depressing. And, you know, we're here for an oven. And so the lady's showing us all the ovens, and they had a bunch that I'd never seen this before. And again, I don't oven shop all the time. They have little vents at the back of the oven instead of the, the control panel being, you know, on the top part. All the knobs and all the digital buttons that control the heat were all on the front. So when you're standing there, you're kind of leaning against them, which kind of freaks me out a little bit. Although if knobs were there, I think that would freak me out too. And she was showing us the stuff, and my husband's like, I think we need one that has knobs on the back, you know, just because we have cats and, you know, we have humans. And she was showing us this one, and she said, you know, it's not fun colored, but, and she opened the door, and it was bright blue inside. Apparently, I think it's LG brand. It has a very special coating on the inside, and it's supposed to make it easier to clean, and it's got all these, you know, self-cleaning functions and stuff like that. And it was very bright blue, very bright blue. And we actually did end up getting that one for $100 more. We could have gotten the same oven, but the only difference was you could knock on the window and it will show you what is cooking inside. Instead of having to open it or turn on a light, you just knock on it and it works. And, you know, Sassy Lassie was, you know, very interested. She said, we need to get that one. And I said, you know, I don't know about that. Because just kind of like cars nowadays, the more features you have, the more things that could go horribly, horribly wrong or cost you money that you have to fix. And she said, yeah, she goes, I mean, I haven't heard anybody, you know, come back and complain that that feature is constantly breaking. But usually, you know, by the time one of these features, you know, goes live, let's say, then by the time people are coming around to buy their next appliance, the features are all brand new anyways. So she said it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's a gimmick. Yeah, so we had to buy an oven. Yep, it'll be here Friday. Yay. And, you know, of course, they can't tell you what time they're coming. It's just, here's the day, and they'll call you the day before and say, you know, morning or afternoon. And then, even then that day, the next day, they'll give you your, you know, 4-hour window or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be around all day Friday. I hope, you know, and if not, then we'll have to reschedule, you know, but it's just, they get you in all these little areas. You have to, you know, okay, well, yeah, if you want them to take the old oven, that's $50. And it's like, well, yeah, I do, because I don't want to try to get rid of it on my own. And if you want us to deliver it, it's, you know, an extra $30. It's like, well, I don't know if I can fit that in the back of my SUV. So yeah, I guess you should deliver it. And if you want them to install it, which we recommend, obviously, you have to buy a brand new power cord, because they can't plug it in with an old power cord in case something goes wrong. I'm like, seriously? So after all of the extra things that we had to pay for, you know, you're paying almost $400 more than the price of the oven. Oh, and then you want to get the extended warranty plan, because you don't want anything to go wrong after the initial warranty runs out. We had that on our last set of appliances, and that extended warranty paid for itself. The amount of problems that we had with our Samsung appliances. Yeah. But I'm kind of bummed. I mean, I like new things, don't get me wrong. I don't want to pay for it, but I like them, because we got the black stainless steel appliances when we got appliances, when we moved into this house. Everything matches. And now everything is not going to match. And I know that's not the end of the world. It's whatever. But it kind of is a bummer. I won't miss the black stainless when all of it is out of my house. Because if you've never seen the black stainless steel, I thought it was some kind of rare type of stainless steel, right? Like, wow, it looks so edgy and cool. No, it's just regular stainless steel. And they put a coating on it, like a film, that makes it look darker and kind of like a smoky gray stainless steel. And me not being smart and just being blinded by, shiny accessories and appliances when we bought them, I didn't actually really look at them or even just try to take my fingernail and scratch at the black stainless steel. We had the refrigerator for one day, one day. And the kids wanted to put magnets on it. And I said, I don't know if you can put magnets on that. And they tried on the side and it worked. And I said, oh, cool. Okay. Well, they put magnets on it. And then they decided they wanted to rearrange where the magnets were. So they drug the magnets down the refrigerator, because you should be able to do that, right? No, you should not when it's black stainless steel. Scratched the finish clean off of the refrigerator. I nearly cried. I was like, oh my gosh. And you can't buff it out. It literally, it takes the finish. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. My husband's like, yeah, I told you that would happen. I said, no, you did not. And he goes, yeah, I did. And he probably did, but me being in, Kristen land in her own little brain world, I was like, I can't believe they would do that. Yeah. So this is one that I'm substituting. So I'm putting that one way over there so I don't dump the sparkly ones into the other bottle. Almost did that the first time I was substituting. Don't want to do that again, but then I forget which symbol I'm working on. So I've got to put it way over there. Oh yeah, that was an expensive Saturday morning trip. Then we decided to go to the dollar store because why not? What's a few more dollars? And Safeway. And then, let's see, then what else did we do that day? I don't even remember. I think I was just so traumatized by the factor that I had to spend that much money on a freaking appliance. Yeah. And then the lady, she's got the nerve. She was very sweet. Because I said, yeah, we actually, we were just in here a month ago. We had to buy a new freezer for our garage. And she goes, oh. And I said, what? And she said, well, they go out in threes. I was like, you shut your mouth. You shut your dirty mouth, ma'am. I do not need that kind of talk. No, thank you. She goes, sorry. She said, I'd love to say it won't happen to you, but she said the amount of people that come in here and have to replace their appliances in threes. She goes, you wouldn't believe it. I was like, can it be something not expensive that breaks? Like maybe the microwave or the air fryer or something? Not one of the big appliances, please. We've had like 3 microwaves since we've lived in this house. It's ridiculous. We don't even microwave that much stuff. It's so confusing. Oh, see, I'm not doing a very good job with getting all the symbols on here, am I? No, I'm not. Oh my goodness. It's fine. I'll go back and get them. I'll just blame my overhead light casting shadows on things. Yeah, it's the shadow's fault. It's not my fault. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. All right, had to take a quick little breaky break. So a symbol is 976. So we're going to push you way over there, and do symbol A. If you are in my Facebook group, you may have noticed some posts between Mushy over at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting and I. And there's a reason for some of them. I'm not going to give anything away just because I'm not quite ready to yet. But don't worry. Something big is coming. Big announcement, if you will. So stay tuned to the community tab here on YouTube. And if you're in the Facebook group, there as well. And all will be revealed. I will put her channel link down below as well as my Facebook group. Let's see, come on, you butthead. Seriously. Let's see, we got lots of A's. Oh, don't come up. Don't be doing that. Causing trouble. Causing lots of trouble. I know I'm gonna miss some because the light is angling all weird. It will be fine. They will all get done eventually, right? Very, very, very rarely do I have a section on a diamond painting, unless it's a super, super, you know, kind of color blocky, line blocky area where I don't miss at least one drill that I've already put the bottle away for. So I'd actually be a little suspicious if that did happen. There is that. Got. These are really pretty. It is really interesting because one of the colors in this red situationage right here, I think it's the 666 fairy glimmery ones. These are from Bella Art Diamonds. You can't, of course, it's not going to zoom. Why would it zoom? That would be helpful. And they almost look like they're slightly see-through. Like they're a little translucent almost. You can't see the symbol through them. That was my main concern. So that's good. But it just kind of threw me off when I was about to use them, because I thought, oh my gosh, well, especially with the light pad, I could see the light shining through them. And I thought, oh no, this isn't going to look good. But when it's not on the light pad, you can't tell. Because I did order the whole fairy dust set at one point. They may have more now. I don't know. I have not looked. But I was excited to actually, you know, have something to use them on. Because what's the point in having something if you are not using it? Just sitting there collecting dust? I mean, although some people, you know, you collect, I mean, I guess some people could say that about some of my Pyrex or, you know, some of my decorative things. You know, why do you have it? You're not using it. It's like, well, yeah, that's true. It's sitting there and it's looking pretty. And maybe some people feel that way with, you know, your diamond painting stash. Are you ever going to be able to do that many diamond paintings? I don't know, maybe. But maybe it brings you comfort to know that if you ever had to be completely cut off from purchasing, that you would have more than enough to tide you over. I think I could probably not buy paintings for an entire year and I would be just fine. That I would not have to go out and make any emergency diamond painting purchase. 976. Okay. See, I almost forgot. Oh yeah, so after our super expensive, what do you call it? Oven purchase, we decided to go out for dinner. Because why not? You know, we're already spending money. And we had wanted to go to this steakhouse. And there used to be one kind of by where we both grew up. And I think this is the last one in the state. And we were like, well, you know, maybe, I don't know. And we were like, no, let's just try it. You know, my mom wanted to go. She loves steak. She loves lobster. She loves, you know, shrimp and stuff like that. We said, okay, well, you know, we'll go try it. And so we did. And it was okay. It was okay. I'm not a huge steak lover. I would not know a good steak from a bad steak. I also don't like my meat rare and, you know, bloody. I'm not a good person to take to a steakhouse, because I'm the person that would order, you know, like ribs or chicken or something. So my husband and my mom both got steak. Sassy Lassie got the kids' meal with mac and cheese. And the teenager was not with us. And it was okay. Everybody said the steak was good, which is good. That's what you want when you're going to a steakhouse, right? You want good steak. I got the salmon, and it was okay. It was a little lacking in flavor, which some people would be like, you ordered a bland fish. Of course it was lacking in flavor. True. But I've had salmon that's had, you know, some kind of a sauce or a glaze or something, and this was just like, I mean, it tasted like salmon. And the french fries were not good. They were no good. They were not super hot, but the macaroni and cheese side dish was excellent. I do love a good mac and cheese moment. Let's see, we're just gonna use the lid for these. That was the pen. That was not me tooting. I would edit me tooting out. Thank you very much. I will say the waiter was amazing. He had a sense of humor, always a plus with our family. You know, because if you take life too seriously, then, you know, I mean, you can, but I like to make jokes about things, so I appreciate a good sense of humor. And he was so prompt with the beverage refills. He brought my husband a new root beer before he was even halfway done with his root beer. And I got I don't know why. I'm not a ginger ale person. I don't even know if I could ever tell you that I've had a ginger ale before in my life. But they had a mocktail, and it was a blackberry lime ginger ale club soda beverage or some kind, and oh my gosh, it was so tasty. And I thought it was going to be this little glass, you know, and I normally do not order drinks when we go places, you know, alcoholic or otherwise, because I feel like it's a waste of money. But it said it was like $3, so I was like, well, I'll try it. It was so tasty. Oh my gosh, I was like, this is amazing. So that was good. He was awesome. He was like quick with the drinks, you know, do you need anything? Do you need anything? You know, the kind of waiter, when you go somewhere, that's the waiter you want, because they're, you know, they actually come by and ask if you need anything, and you don't feel like you're inconveniencing them. Like, they really don't want to ask you if you need anything, and they're really hoping that you don't say you want anything just so they don't have to come back. But he was awesome. He definitely earned his tip, I will say. All right. Okay. I swear it's going to be the video of interruptions. It's going to be one of those videos where I'm editing a ton. It's fine. It's fine. At least I know how to edit, right? That would be maddening if I had to try to, like, stop and start a new video every time I got an interruption. I would only have like 5-minute videos. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're still doing P. We are still doing P. Okay, come on, drills. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. We watched this video. Oh my gosh. Okay. It was like a movie, I guess. And I was not fully watching. I'll just be real. And it was kind of confusing, and I looked up, like, I was doing stuff on my computer. I was trying to edit something. I'm working on a secret thumbnail project. Anyways, and I was working on something, and I was not fully paying attention to the video. I'd already finished my ice cream, so, you know, I was not really watching. And it was this movie called Flow, and there's a cat in it, and I could not quite follow what was going on. Again, was not fully watching. Something about, like, I don't know if it was like the humans of the world were all gone and it was just animals. There's no talking. It was just all animal noises and animals. It's very interesting. Well, I apparently was not paying attention, and I missed the end of the movie. Like, all of a sudden there was like, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there was like a creature that had been in the beginning part of the movie, and then all of a sudden it was like in a different spot where it shouldn't have been. And I look down and then I look up and literally the movie's over. And I'm like, what happened? And my husband and my daughter are like, well, you should have been watching. I was like, dude, seriously, just tell me what happened. They're like, no. I'm like, I can just Google it. It's fine. But then I forgot to Google it. So, I don't know what happened. It was very visually interesting looking, though, I will say. It was like a cartoon. It wasn't quite hand-drawn looking, but it wasn't quite computer animated looking. Yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. Okay, I am going to pause because people keep texting my phone, and apparently I need to deal with some stuff. I am going to work on a little bit more, and it will be probably 30 minutes for me, but it will be a blink of an eye for you. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, hopefully the interruptions are done. Probably not, but that's okay. We're getting close. I will say these two symbols right here, the airplane and the tree, especially when you have your canvas on the side, those are ones you double check because they are very easy to get confused. Okay, so I'm doing tree. 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 Yes, okay. See, and it's funny because I've been working on this sideways the entire time, and the fact that I am working on this right side up is almost confusing me. Whoa, throwing the pen. Look at that, look at that. We had a virtual appointment last week, and I don't know about anyone else. I always get a little nervous when it comes to virtual appointments because, you know, you get the instructions and you're checking the time to make sure you're not showing it late or whatever, and you get logged in, you click on all the things and it says, okay, yeah, you're in the waiting room, or, the host hasn't joined the meeting, or whatever it says. And I'm one of those people that's early, so I will show up to the virtual meeting early because that's just what I do. And we had an appointment, and we were logged in, waiting, it's at like 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever. And it's like, okay. It says, okay, yeah, blah, 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 isn't here yet. Okay, great. So you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, did I do it wrong? I mean, yeah, I clicked on everything. I think I did everything right, but you start to doubt yourself of, did I do it wrong? Should I close this and go back out? But then if I do that, does that mean I'm leaving the meeting, and will I not be able to return? And I was getting a little freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, because it was almost 10 minutes late. And I was thinking, oh, I did something wrong. But then the person came in there, of course, they're like, I'm so sorry. And, you're like, oh no, it's totally fine. I wasn't freaking out. Like, yes, I was. Yes, I was freaking out. Oh my gosh. I was sweating bullets over here wondering, well, then it's like all of a sudden then you think, well, maybe I should go to the bathroom real quick. But then no, if I go to the bathroom, that's when they're going to come and, I'm not going to be here and they're going to think I, abandoned, and then I'll have to pay the fee, or, yeah. I might be an overthinker just a little bit. Shocking. Okay. I can't, yeah, that's airplane. Okay. Mr. Airplane. Luckily, I didn't screw it up. Thank goodness. always worry, though, that I'm going to be the one that did it wrong. Okay, airplane. So, look at that. Some of these are not straight. I will go back after the fact and straighten up them. Just not right this second. Not right this second. Let's do R. Okay, let's do R. Let's do R. I was trying to conduct a little experiment, if you will, with my car, and my car is like seven years old, right? And it has you know, a unlocker button thingy-mabobber, you know, as most cars do now. And it has one of those buttons where you can, you know, pre-warm up your car. And I love it. I love it. However, I feel like the car, it has to be so cold outside in order for the actual heat inside the car to kick on into, you know, overdrive. It's very weird. It's very weird. I feel like it has to be below 30 degrees for that thing to kick on. And I feel like it should be higher. I mean, I feel like a butt warmer should always come on. I don't care what the temperature is. Even in the summertime, if the air conditioning, you know, comes on, I still feel like the butt warmers should be on. Warming my cheeks. As I am one of those people that will have the seat warmers on in the summertime with the air conditioner blasting. Yeah, that's me. Which is probably not good for my gas consumption. But it's like I'm cold and I need to be just a little bit warm, you know? It makes sense to me. That's what it does. It makes sense to me. There's that. Okay, look at that. Oh my gosh, only a few more colors. Ah! Wait, I just saw. The airplane. This airplane symbol keeps hiding from me. This is like the third time I've gone back for an airplane. You better be the last one. You better be. Or else. Or else. So it's been cold the last, you know, 2 weeks or whatever. And so my brain was like, okay, let me look at the temperature, pre-warm the car, and go out there. And I think it was almost 30, 31, 32 degrees is when the heat was blasting and the butt warmers were on. When it was, you know, 40 degrees and the wind was super, super icy, no. It pre-starts the car. You know, it's probably good for the engine, but I mean, yes, I want my engine to stay healthy, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I want my butt to be warm. I want warm butt cheeks. That's what I want. I'm a simple girl. I just want warm butt cheeks. Is that so much to ask? Apparently it is. My husband's like, you're literally complaining about the fact that your car, which is parked under the carport, so there's no snow or ice or anything on your car. You're complaining that your butt is cold when you get in the car. And I said, yes. Yes, I am. He just rolled his eyes. You know, he's used to me. He's fine. I bring him joy. There's that. I will say, I think I have 3 bottle containers of trash from this kit. Which at first I was like, that seems like a lot of trash, right? But then again, it's a 40 by 180 centimeter kit. So it's kind of like having multiple kits. You know, yes, it counts as one WIP. It's big though. It's a big girl. It's a big boy. So I shouldn't be too hard on the trash. I have not, fingers crossed, run out of anything. And I don't think I'm not on, you know, sweat and bullets level of any, you know, drill colors that I can think of. I just realized, I just looked at my thing. I was like, oh my gosh, am I doing the wrong color? That would be really bad because, you know, in a face, you don't really want to do the wrong color. There have been plenty of instances in this canvas where I have been working on, you know, the table, the background, and I've realized I've missed a color or two, and I've just filled it in with something else because I'm like, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. But the face, I feel like face, you should probably, you know, follow the instructions. Especially in Jesus's face. I mean, he's kind of the star of the show. And this canvas definitely needs to be rollered. Oh my goodness. Because I have unrolled it, re-rolled it, like crumpled it up so many times that it definitely needs to be laid out and rollered. Yeah, that's my sound effects for the roller. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's see. All right, we have a few rogue symbols, some K's that I missed. Yeah. Let's see. We did volunteer last week at the food bank again. It was a very, very, very cold outside. It actually started lightly snowing as I was driving there. I was like, oh dear, but it didn't really. It was just like a flurry. It was not, you know, real scary snow. I forgot an arrow. Thank goodness. And then, of course, you know, people were hungry, and it was 6:30 because we stayed later because they were short-staffed. And I didn't really want to cook dinner, but I also didn't really want to spend money on, you know, crappy fast food. But it's like, okay, well, you know, which wins out? Laziness or, you know, cheapness? Spoiler alert, laziness won. I was slightly disappointed because teenager wanted McDonald's. Ugh. No, thank you. And we went, and I figured, well, it's 6:30. Things should be hot, right? At 6:30, that's like a peak time for people to eat. Yeah, no, the fries were not hot. My hamburger was very flat and sad. I said, I said we've got to stop doing this, thinking that eating out is going to be good, because it's not going to be. You're overpaying for crap, basically. And earlier that day, I had gotten out a bunch of hamburger, and I do bulk cooking of hamburger. Because when dinner time rolls around, the last thing I want to do is be browning a bunch of hamburger. So I do a bunch of hamburger at once, like, you know, how many pounds? I don't know, maybe like 12 pounds or something. And I use two, what do they call them? Cast iron pots. And I do a mixture of hamburger, and I do a mixture of like ground turkey. Well, I took the hamburger out of the freezer and I put it in the refrigerator, and it was still really, really, really frozen when I left it in there for 3 days. I was like, oh dear. I took it out. It was in a reusable grocery bag, and I just put it on the floor in the bathroom. I was like, well, just give it an hour. Maybe, you know, it'll power to thaw. Oh, it powered to thaw all right. Well, the little wrappers that the ground beef was on, because we got part of a cow, they were not leak proof. Ask me how I know. Because there was a meat juice all over my reusable shopping bag, which thank goodness I had it in the reusable shopping bag. But the reusable shopping bag isn't really, you know, leak proof either. So it was all over the bathroom floor. Yeah, that was not how I wanted to start off that day. I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to get the star symbol before I plow over it with this other one, because this is my last color. Okay, that's a sticky one. Yeah, that was not how I wanted to start off the bulk cooking of the hamburger, was cleaning up a leaky hamburger mess. And then because I had put the bag kind of not on the heat register, but near the heat register, well, it kind of went under the metal heat register grate a little bit. It didn't go down into the heat vent, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, because that would have been a smell. So yeah, that was not what I wanted to do. But other than that, the hamburger cooking went just swell. Just swell. The cats always like it. Even though they don't really eat people food, Sharky is one he'll come into the kitchen when meat is being cooked, or like I have a Costco rotisserie chicken, and that was a really loud noise, separating the chicken and all that. And if a little piece falls on the floor, he's been known to snatch it up. His brother, no, he could care less. It's very interesting how some cats, will eat one thing and, but not another. So there are a lot of really curvy bottoms in this. My gosh. Oosh. So, all right, we just have this little section. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I was actually looking at my logbook, and it only took me 2 months to do the first half of this painting. So I must have been working on it more than I was for the second half. And that's okay. It's not a race. I will say, when I do my post review and stuff, I will give some kind of tips and tricks that I learned to working on something this massive. So here we go. Okay. We got 3. We've got 2. And hang on, let me make sure I don't have any missing drill spots. At this point, I won't tell you if I do. And we have number 1. Yay! Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I actually finished this. I was worried when I bought this because I was like, what if I don't want to work on this? And what if I don't want to finish it? Pleased to say, I did finish it. It may have taken me 7 months, maybe 8 months, but I finished it, and that is what counts. So let me put the lid on this. Let me zoom out. Here we go. And there we have it. The Last Supper is officially completed. To see it finished in all of its glory, you will have to watch my post review in Kidtown. Hopefully that will be up next week. Hopefully, if I can get my act together. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and finishing up my largest diamond painting to date. It is definitely my largest painting by far. So, if you have not, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys. Get it together, Kristen. My God. Duncan, don't look at me like that. Hey. Go enjoy, or else. And we need to put Mr. Oh, yeah. Pumping iron. Oh, yeah, Jesus. We're doing it. We're pumping the iron. You're doing so good, Kristen. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Kristen. I am too.